We right here at King Elementary, man. My old alma mater. Went here preschool, pre-K to 6th grade, the whole thing. I student body president, and I was an active student here. I used to kill everybody in the speech contests. I used to have to do the Pledge of Allegiance every morning in English and in Spanish, every morning. A lot of people from El Salvador went here. Look, I had a couple of friends that was Hispanic, because they put me in a combination class. Basically, it was Hispanics and blacks in the class, but there was only 6 blacks in the class I was in. But this was an all-black school, but they put me in a special class with a special type of teacher, Dr. Calhoun. She used to hang out with Coretta Scott King a lot, and she used to always get nominated for the Disney Teacher of the Year. So I was kind of blessed to get that teacher, because she was hard on me, so hard, you know, more than anybody. And I guess she used to see something in me that, you know, I probably didn't see in myself. And she was very mean, but as I got older and became an adult, I still to this day remember a lot of core values and stuff I learned from her. She brought a lot of black history to our class and to my mindset, you know what I'm saying, and made being smart. I remember I used to bag on people a lot. And so one day she was like, you know, why don't you say positive bags on people? And I'm like, what the fuck is a positive bag? But I got what she was talking about. I was so good at bagging, I would hurt people's feelings a lot. You know, I got in trouble a lot for that. And so I turned it around and I would talk about people in a different way, you know what I'm saying, to not hurt their feelings. Because, you know, thin line between talking about somebody and making fun of them, I didn't know the difference at that time. So shouts out to Dr. Calhoun for making me strong and giving me a lot of awareness that I didn't have at first. She had me like on some bilingual stuff and had me reading a lot of novels and stuff like that. So for elementary that, you know, is planted inside of a gang area, we had a lot of good educators up here. So I'm glad was blessed to attend this school. The tagging didn't come to like my 7th grade, Audubon. But we had like little crews. We had LA Max around here. We had Bad Habits. We had ATC, Addicted to Crime. You know what I'm saying? People don't know it's a Spanish gang now, but at first it used to be a black tagging crew, you know? Because we got along with the essays around here. We was homies with the essays. We got essays from our hood. Like, we rocked with them, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a racial type of thing that like the East Side or Long Beach got going on, because we rocked with our neighbors, you know? We was all family around here. That's why we called each other loved ones. It was a spinoff of Nothing But Trouble. People don't know Trouble. TG51 Trouble used to be on Crenshaw, and they was called Nothing But Trouble at Lamert Park. It was just about riding on the bus. It was like the West Coast version of the graffiti, but we didn't do a lot of pieces. We did like just regular tagging and hitting the grills on the buses and scribing on the windows with little rocks. And we had a teen club called Club Nouveau right here. It was an 18 and under club. So that's where you would get all the taggers, and from all over the city, they knew that was the popping club. You know what I'm saying? That's where you see who was up. Back then it was about being up. So, you know, I ended up tagging. I was from LA Max, I was from ATC. Whatever came around the community, I was involved with. Tagging kind of played out about 93 to the blacks. And so once we got older, niggas start turning into their hoods. Like, you know, like say if I'm from ATC, I might have went to Weems, and a lot of my friends might be from over there, Fruit Towns of the 20s, but this is my buddy. We all from ATC together. But when the gang shit happened, it was like you gotta switch. You gotta either be from the hood or you gonna keep doing that tagging shit. So then niggas tried to do the intermediate thing and just have like pretty boy posses. Like you have the EWFs and the MVPs and those kind of posses. You was trying not to bang, but by us still being in group activity, we was banging anyway. You know what I'm saying? We thought we was doing something cooler than being a Crip or a Blood by being from these crews. We got the bitches, I got the hoes, but you still doing gangbanger shit. Squabbing niggas, dressing a certain way, you got a certain color. So we kind of just gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? Because all the homies just turned Harlem. Or some niggas might have turned from the boys over there on the other side. Wasn't no sense in us holding. We couldn't run around with them no more, because if you get old enough to go to county jail, you can't really fuck with your Mexican homies like that. So that behavior leaks to the streets. And you know how the Hispanic culture is, the Garcias and the Alvarez, whatever on their back, you gotta run with your family. But we had a lot of Hispanic homies though. So it basically played out, you know, the tagging and the house dancing and all that kind of shit. It was like a survival thing, because the gang banging after the truce got worse, because you had a lot of niggas that wasn't really banging, started banging during the truce. And then when the truce played out, A lot of hoods from all over the city still had lingering cowards and niggas that wasn't really with it. So that fucked up a lot of shit far as the basis of what this gangster shit really was and the Crip and Blood thing really was formed around, because you got strangers and niggas that wasn't even really with the shit or got the training from the big homies, and they running around now, and you know, it just got tainted. It wasn't about what it was about no more. Like, niggas turned the gangbanging shit into being like from a rap group. It wasn't even about your community. It's like, I just like, you know, so everything got watered down.
So when the 30-40 thing started, the conflict in 96, I'm sorry, 96.
96.
You living kind of on that side, but you having ties to this side. Where did that put you at when the 40s and 30s
It put me
was
dead
going
in the middle, because when that was cracking, I was going to Crenshaw High when it all popped. And I remember everything. And it put me dead in the middle, because like we going to Audubon, I know a gang of 40s. You know, I'm with Crenshaw, I know a gang of 6-0s. But my heart lies over here. So I didn't like that shit, because a lot of these niggas was my niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, some niggas started acting funny, some niggas kept it solid. Kind of like what the 40s and 60s are going through right now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of tricky, because you spend so many years with these niggas, you know what I'm saying? These are homies. You know what I'm saying? Above the motherfucking gang shit, but you know, when you rocking with a motherfucking with the gang, that's what the hood say go. And no man is above that shit. Nobody words or nothing.
So in 2006, when that whole 40-30 thing was squashed, that was a hell of an example of it could be done.
It could be done, yeah. And
10 years later,
it was more love that drove the hood to having the beef with them niggas than it was hate. That's why it wasn't out of the ordinary for that to stop, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, 40s went here too. Got homies from Harlem that went to Normandy. You know, that was, you know, we, at a time, this was Harlem 30s and 40s, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it wasn't, I was surprised, but I wasn't, because, you know, when they killed Tookie, you know what I'm saying, it was bigger than just a set thing. It was a whole thing of why the whole Crip shit, community revolution in progress, what the foundation of the energy was, you know. So I give shouts out to my homies and they homies for helping save lives and getting this community a little more safer by that beef being squashed.
It seemed like it always takes something like Tookie getting executed or Rodney King getting beat. Now it's Nipsey getting killed.
Yeah.
It always seems to take something to get that conversation going. Why is that?
I guess tragedy brings people together, you know what I'm saying, and turmoil brings people together, you know what I'm saying, but they also want to control you with fear by keeping these beefs going, you know what I'm saying? And like I used to tell people, ain't no money in peace. So we run around here getting along, the fuck the police got to do? They bored. You know, they not gonna get those extra fundings for those new cars and those new guns and those new vests to come terrorize and fuck with us. So, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a collective group of niggas' voices for years for that shit to ever actually happen, and not just a commercialized beef. Like when everybody thought when Nipsey died that was a peace treaty. That wasn't a peace treaty. That was just like a respectful ceasefire, because we all felt, wherever you was from, a certain way about Nipsey's death, and niggas loved him so much that for that moment they was able to put that to the side, because they wanted to pay respects to somebody's message that was universally dope. You know what I'm saying? And it make you real mad, because out of all, when you gangbanging and you do music and you want to keep it 100 and you want to keep it solid and you want to bring everybody with you and you look at Nip like, well, damn, that's a nigga that did everything right. That shit was hurtful more than just rapper, because it's an inspirational kill for other kids coming up, because that makes them feel like, well, if I show too much of a voice, if I show too much of me making some sense, maybe that'll happen to me. And that's what I say, they want to control us out of fear. You got people scared to use their voice.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Like and comment below to give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related videos to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description and listen to our weekly podcast, The Gangster Chronicles, every Thursday. And thanks for watching StreetTV.net.